Hi class, today I've chosen to give you a demonstration speech on how to rig a slip bobber system for fishing. My main goal of this is to educate fishermen of all levels, novice or professional, on how to use this simple yet effective way of fishing. Did you know that the Missouri Department of Conservation sells over $1.5 million of fishing licenses every single year? So basically this means that everyone's going to fish at some point, whether it's going out with your grandpa when you're young, whether it's going with a loved one when you get older, or just going out by yourself and trying to have a good time. I fish at least one time every single week, and I've done so all over the world, from the Indian Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico. I fished both the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, I fished in Canada, and all over the Midwest. So I'm not going to consider myself a professional, but I will say that I've done this a lot, and I think I can help some people who have not had quite the experience that I've had. So first, we'll go over the items. There's going to be 8 different items and 7 different steps of this process. So the items that you're going to need is obviously fishing pole with line on it. You're going to need a slip bobber. You're going to need a hook. This is called a bobber stop. And a weight. So now that you know all the items, we'll go over on how to do this. First thing you're going to want to do, straighten the line out and run it through all these eyelets in the pole. This is of course assuming that you already have the line on your pole. You can buy fishing poles with line already on them at most retailers, Walmart, Bass Pro Shops. Once you get this through here, now you're ready to start rigging the pole. The first thing you want to do is to put on this bobber stop. You simply slide this over the line. Now there's a couple types of bobber stops. This type is called a string. They also make rubber stoppers. They make a couple different times. They make knots that you can tie. So you just slide that over, slide this line off of the piece of plastic, and then tighten the line up. Boom, just like that. And there's your knot. So basically, this is going to stay on the line and keep the bobber from going up any higher. Slide this down a little bit. Next, you have the slip bobber. Take this, feed it through the line through this as well. It slides all the way through, hopefully. Okay, just like that. That slides free on the line right there, it stops it. You have a weight. This is going to take your bait down to the bottom and also keep your bobber from sliding too far down the line. Simply clamp this on, whether with a pair of pliers or with your mouth. And next, we're going to tie on the hook. Now I tie a knot probably a similar way to most people do, and I'll show you how I do it. I run the line through this eyelet, run the line back through the eyelet. So I have this loop. Next, I take this loop and tie a regular square knot. Just like that. And then I put this loop over top of this hook and pull the whole thing tight. So there you go. Bite or clip that string. I have good teeth for biting. You can use these clippers that I brought as well. I also like to trim when I have these string bobber stops. They can get caught up in your eyelet, so I like to trim these off. However short, don't want to make them too short because you still want to be able to tighten this knot if it comes loose sometime. And there you go. Now you have the system. So now, obviously your bait's going to go on the hook. You can adjust this to whatever depth you're going to be fishing. So basically, this bobber is going to slide down this line, and whatever depth you have that at is how deep the water is you're going to be fishing in. The system is very good for if you're fishing really deep with the bobber. So now let's go over what we talked about. We covered all the steps we need for this process. We covered how to rig up the slip bobber, and we covered a general idea of how this system works. Hopefully this tip can be useful for anyone of any level, professional or novice. It's a good way to catch any type of panfish. Anyone can do it, anyone can rig it. It's a very simple system. As Henry David Thoreau once said, everyone should believe in something. I believe I'll go fishing.